Hey guys, Darren Asbury here with Revital Outdoors, bringing you another exciting podcast tonight. We're going to go back to my home state. We're going to go back to the state of Oklahoma. We're going to interview Mr. Jake Capps. Jake won the BFL Okie Division tournament last year on the Arkansas River, so we're going to talk to him about his win. And then that tournament is coming up in a few weeks this year, so he's going to give us his predictions for this year. So a lot of great content coming your way. Before we get started, as always, we want to make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way you get notified when all of our podcasts are dropping. Also, Revital Outdoors is very, very excited to announce that we're giving a $2,500 giveaway to a very lucky angler at the end of the year. In order to enter that giveaway, make sure you scan the QR code that I'm fixing to put up on the screen. Take your cell phone out and scan this code. It's coming up right now. All right, thank you for scanning that code. That enters you into that $2,500 giveaway we just mentioned at the end of the year. So thank you for doing that. Also, check us out, Revital Outdoors, Facebook and Instagram. And if you've never heard of Revital Outdoors, we're a premium CBD company. We offer premium CBD products to all the outdoor enthusiasts. If you have back discomfort, knee problems, or joint issues or anything like that, you have trouble sleeping at night, anything that's giving you ailments from the outdoors, please check out our products. That's what they're really, really great for. Our premium CBD products are THC free, made right here in America, and you can purchase them directly off our website. That's www.revitaloutdoors.com. That being said, let's go ahead and get right into this podcast. Let's welcome Mr. Jake Capps from the great state of Oklahoma. How you doing this evening, bud?
Good. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. Well, man, let's get right into it. Very, very excited to talk to another champion tournament angler from last year in 2021. Man, walk us through your tournament a little bit. I don't want you to give off too many, specifics, but walk us through a little bit about how you caught your fish last year, how many keepers you caught, and what's so special about the Arkansas River. You seem to have a really good reputation there.
Well, I'm from Muskogee, so obviously I fish the river quite a bit. It's kind of one of those tournaments I feel like it just kind of fell into my lap, if you will. I wasn't able to pre-fish that week, went the weekend before. But on Friday, I was just luckily at the office while it rained and rained. I think we got like 3 or 4 inches of rain Friday night for the tournament. It was even raining at takeoff. So I knew where the water was going to be blown out. A lot of the creeks would be blown out. So I went down south to where I figured a couple of spots that I didn't think the water would be so nasty and just completely gone. Went to the first spot.
Hang on real quick. When you say blowout, is that because of the rain?
Yeah, like I said, we got 3, 4 inches of rain the day and night before. So I knew that would a lot of the good things that I would like to fish. It was just gonna be wasting my time. So what I did was that Saturday morning, I went to the first spot where I thought probably catch him here, and it was just milky and just had debris all over the top of it. I went a little ways down, and I seen it was a little bit cleaner, wasn't as bad. I made a pass or two. I had one bite, and then something said, just go back through. About an hour later, came back, and the sun popped out, and I literally caught what I caught in 45 minutes. I think I caught 6, tossed one back, and I was boat number 5. And I think we weighed in, I want to say at like 3, and the lock was they said they could have us locked through at 2:15. So I caught my 6th one for cold once, and I ran back and I locked up early. So it all happened for me really quick.
I got you. I don't blame you there, man. When you have a bag like that, you got to go through that lock really, really quick. That being said, want to change gears a little bit. All anglers watching this podcast, you need to really coordinate with the lock master. You need to know the lock times because, how do I put this politely? The lock will screw you.
It will.
I hate to say that, but the lock will definitely get you on the weekends because there's a lot of federal government locks that go through at that time, and they do not have to report to the lock master. They can show up at any time they want when they're federally regulated. So if you call the lock master that morning and say, what's the lock schedule? He's not going to know an in tune times of when the locks are coming in, because if one of those federal barges comes in, it is what it is.
You're just waiting. You're just waiting. So, like I said, they have priority over you. And I always tell people too, I think it's important when you lock down in the mornings, or if you lock up, anytime you're in lock, go in, tie up, keep your life jacket on, do what you're supposed to do. You get people in there not know what they're doing or just being careless. They can keep us in there as long as they want, and they keep us out as long as they want. As long
They
as
don't care.
usually you do what you're supposed to do and work with them, they work with you. So, like I said, that was one thing that morning. It took us a lot longer to lock down because somebody, if they didn't ever tie up before or what, but they were just floating out by themselves doing donuts, and it was kind of one of those things. So I didn't want to be sitting there, and I knew I had around 15. I think I had like 15, which, if it wouldn't have rained, it would have taken a lot more. But I knew for what the water conditions were that I had a good chance to win, so I didn't want to take any chances.
I don't blame you. So that leads me to the next thing. If you're going through the lock, don't be a smart ass to the lock master, because there's two things they can do. They can lock you out and not care about you. And the second thing is they can hold you as long as they want. So two things. Don't get smart with the lock master, and you better clear those concrete buoys before you take off, because that will make them madder than anything. Because what happens is they're not worried about you taking off early. They're worried about the safety of everyone behind you. So if you take off early, your wakes going to the side are just going to go right back and bounce off those concrete buoys and hit those boats trying to go off from away from you, behind you. And it's
I've
a
been in the
dangerous
lock,
situation.
and they'll start to crack them. And people will start untying or doing whatever, and they'll stop. And I've been in there, and they'll shut them back on us and say, everybody, wait.
Yeah.
So
don't mess with the lock master. They're the closest thing to God in a tournament situation.
You're at their mercy.
Yeah, exactly. So, well, that's really cool, man. So, how many keepers did you get throughout the day?
Six
bites,
six
all
bites,
day.
6 keepers. Oh no, I take that back. I had 7. I missed one.
You missed one.
Yep, missed one. It's the only bite I had on a frog that day. Like tailed away. I felt like those fish were on beds, and they were. Like I said, the sun came out. I mean, it just positioned them. They bit. So it didn't happen quick. So
I got you.
luckily
So your other
had the right
keepers